go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Bring it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co.
All right, good morning and welcome in here on this Wednesday morning. On this hump day.
Oh.
Or what is Brian called the over the hump day. Not just the hump day, it's over the hump day. We appreciate you guys joining us this morning like you do every other morning. Good to see your names, faces, and profile pictures over in the chat. Sabron, who forgot the key? Nobody. Right, we were just hanging. Sometimes we get carried away hanging out and chit-chat.
Yeah, talking about off-camera things.
Still no kinfolk. We still have Christian in the chair. Christian,
No free
did you go back
ads.
to back to work yesterday, or did you stay
Going
here?
back to work today. No,
Today.
I mean, it was too late.
No,
So.
it's okay. It's all right.
Well, you kind of may have lost your job.
Yeah,
yesterday.
you may have gotten yourself fired.
Yeah, in this job.
We appreciate you guys joining us this
got the pressure?
morning. I want to start
Of course I
off
did.
and thank all of you, as yesterday we eclipsed the 10,000 mark. And we set that goal when we originally announced Tingle & Co. that we wanted to hit 10,000 before football season got kicked off. And we hit 10,000 with 25 days to go prior to football season. So let's keep running that number up and get it ready for August 30th. We appreciate you guys' support over these first, it's been 2 months? If this has been the longest 2 months of my life. I mean, it's only been 2
No,
months.
it's been 3.
I mean, June?
That's when y'all started.
We started June 1st. I was right
Okay.
here. Yeah, in July. It's been 2 months. It's been a fun 2 months. It's been a long 2 months, but it's been a fun 2 months. And we wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So we appreciate y'all taking care of us and making this as fun as it is. And we're going to return that favor every single morning, bringing you the show. And really excited to have some fun with football season coming up. Like, it's crazy to think how much we've been able to do and enjoy the last couple of months. And football season hasn't even begun yet. So we're super excited for the content we're going to bring y'all for the remainder of football season, as game number 1 is 24 days away. Just chipping away. It's getting closer and closer. And at some point, it's going to feel real. It doesn't feel too real yet. Game 1 doesn't. Football season feels real because they're on the practice field. But speaking of real...
Hey, real quick.
What you got?
You talk about game 1. I was watching the Any Given Saturday. And I got all fired up for like the intro is excellent.
Oh my
First
God,
episode, and they go straight to LSU. I was like, oh fuck, I don't even get to be excited. Like we lose game 1.
I know.
And I started laughing to myself. I was like, all of this.
I know.
LSU loses.
That first episode would have been so much better if they.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, if they beat USC,
LSU
it's
is very
awesome.
heavily featured.
Yes.
Not
Well,
only
rightfully so.
that, but I feel like it kind of carried into South Carolina. I feel like South Carolina was
And they
Netflix's,
skipped all the
like,
good
favorite
parts.
boy.
Yeah, they highlighted South Carolina, it felt like,
Yeah. During
against
and before the
LSU,
game.
when I feel
And
like LSU...
unless we forget that South Carolina went to the fucking wire against Old Dominion.
Yeah.
I know, the week before Kentucky,
And LSU was down 17-0.
7, and they highlighted that part. But I tell you what, that Caden Durham touchdown to
Crack.
get LSU on the board was
Crack.
like,
Needed it.
I mean, it sparked the
Thanks.
remainder of your season.
They skipped over the. I know it was good for LSU fans because that could
The
have been
interception.
the interception and then the.
I thought
late
that was
hit.
going to be like super highlighted.
Me too.
I know.
I thought it was gonna be mad. I thought they were gonna have Beamer talking about it, and that, I
Yeah,
thought
but-
it was gonna be a huge piece of that. Like, I feel like that's a big storyline for South Carolina. Like, you were almost 3-0, but
So no, we all think the show could be better.
it could be. But I do think it's awesome. Like,
Yeah, it's fun.
I like that it's been made out that he has a better relationship with the players. Not all the players, but some of the players than maybe it's made out to be.
He was.
Um,
He's definitely more vocal on the show than I guess what we see in practice.
yeah,
And what
I would say.
See, we'll get into it, right? Like, is this a talking point? Because I do have I do have
No, you
thoughts.
can take it away.
I think that's what's a testament to this year versus last year. Because that is what I remember from last year's practice, where it was a lot of, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
And, like, a lot of, like, how much do I have to ask of you? Like, what are we doing today if it's not to do this? And this year, I don't get any of that.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's
Like, that was my big take. Like, actually, like took notes on it.
well, that's my favorite part about it, and watching that while being in that like time period of the season right now, where you can kind of compare and contrast the two, because there is a very visible difference between
Yeah, I didn't
that
need to see
and
it,
now.
like, because I lived it.
Right.
But it does, like, it makes me feel validated in what I saw last year and what I'm seeing this year.
Well, yeah. I mean, we had
He likes this team way more.
Well, yeah, and plus, like,
In terms of, like, not, like, just people. In terms of talent.
well, and I think it also comfortability is that he doesn't he doesn't have to be that. Hey, are we all focused? Like, I'm talking. Like, listen up. Like, he doesn't have to do that with this team, because
He's more present, maybe.
well, that plus the players are doing it. Like, the players are keeping the others locked in and focused. So he doesn't like that. That's been my biggest takeaway, is that this is a truly player-led team, and those are the best teams, you know? And so I feel like he doesn't have to
Coach?
not coach, but like he doesn't have to F you all the time. Like, it's just a different dynamic now. Or it doesn't have to be a, why aren't y'all listening? Focus up. Hey, lock in. Like, those things don't have to be said. He's still in the standpoint of, he's going to say, hey, why is this taking too long? Why are we not organized? Why are these guys not on the field? He said what the other day? He said, we've got too many coaches on the field to not have that figured out.
Yeah, and yesterday he got on Cortez Hankton pretty hard, and then also Donovan Green for not, I guess, hustling or having urgency. So, I mean,
Right.
he's still, what you see on that still applies. I just think it's definitely at a smaller scale than what I guess last year was.
I think this team is much more player-led than last year's team. Like, night and day comparison. But into the other headlines for this morning. Official, LSU made the announcements of those three newest when they were first announced a couple weeks back, and now they're official, put out by LSU, the official additions of Petito, Bolden, and Martin. Three really big ads for LSU. Obviously, the Tigers were on the Ponderosa yesterday. They were in full pads. Me and Lloyd did not make it there because we had a poorly timed meeting that ended up not happening until later in the day. But that's some things happen. But we were able to send Christian. So the practice report for today, as much as I've gathered from listening and watching and reading, I'm still going to give Christian the floor because he was out there, made his way over, and took some notes.
If his brain didn't work, his phone sure did.
Yeah, and he also has a little something to say about practice yesterday.
Yeah, gosh.
Before we get into this,
LSU,
Mr. Rule Breaker over here.
I'm a man of
LSU
faith.
Sports Information Department, I apologize for the miscommunication on me filming in the wrong area yesterday. My intention was not to upset y'all or break the rules. It just kind of happened like that, so I apologize. It was all on me. That's my fault.
There you go. His
pretty
credential's been pulled.
No.
I'm
Please don't do
Your
that.
credential hasn't been pulled.
At least you have one.
But
Do you not have one?
we sent Christian out there yesterday, and he decided to pull his phone
Guess
out
who still gets to go to practice without one?
in the wrong area of practice yesterday, and was incorrect. And he wanted to publicly apologize for being an idiot, which I appreciate that from him because he does wear the idiot tag very
Dunce cap?
powerfully.
Yesterday, I was not trying to wear it. It just
Yeah.
so happened to wear it. Can we not do this? Can we not do this?
Can you put text on the screen where it just says idiot on his forehead?
Yeah, sure.
Art Man Hall is going to be upset.
Yeah,
about
Art
this.
Man Hall. Dude, this is. Yeah, you're right. It does get out of hand sometimes. Like no one else. No one else gets this treatment. All right.
No one else fucks up like you do, brother.
At least I didn't delete a whole YouTube channel.
That turns out, hey, never wrong, just early.
Yeah, never wrong, just early. But I do appreciate you making it to practice yesterday to get on the field and take some notes and have it figured out. And what you also did was cut up Brian Kelly's presser from after practice yesterday. I'm about to open that up now and see if you did a decent job again.
I checked my work again.
You did? You
100 A+.
You think you got a 100% A+ on this assignment?
Yes.
It,
Bonus points even. Idiot sandwich. Gosh.
Let's see. Let's double check. Drum roll, please. Christian did a successful job cutting the presser, and it looks like you did, Christian. Good job.
Yes.
Very, very
Thank
good,
you.
Christian. Very good. But we appreciate you guys this morning, and we'll get into some of that BK presser later, obviously. And then I do want to do a little discussion on the coaches poll because I did some research, and I think 13 teams started on the coaches poll last year that were not on it by the end of the year. And so I want us to roll through and look at the 2025 coaches poll later on in the show and maybe make our selections on who potentially won't be on that board.
I'd like to
the
know.
January.
Did you look
list.
at the AP poll for this?
It's not out
No,
yet.
it's not out yet.
No, I'm saying last year's AP poll.
No, I haven't looked at last year's AP poll.
I'd be interested to see.
Do you want to know who the
comparison.
teams were from last year?
Yeah.
So from what I believe, it was 13. I believe Michigan, Florida State, Utah, Oklahoma, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, Arizona, North Carolina State, USC, Kansas, Iowa, and LSU were the 13 teams that started on the coaches poll week 1 and then were not there at the end of the season after the national championship. So I just wanted to play that little game. We'll go through the AP poll, the coaches poll from yesterday and see who maybe won't be there for the remainder at the end of the season. Into the two claps this morning, Garrett Nussmeier is on another watch list. This one is the Walter Camp watch list. I don't know how many official watch lists this is for him, but I think it's probably 4 or 5 as he's on the watch list for college football's Player of the Year, which is the Walter Camp Award. So 2 claps to LSU's quarterback 1, Garrett Nussmeier. Ready? Speaking of any given Saturday, obviously a lot of our attention was focused on LSU and their segment, their piece of the pie in the show. But how about that? Did you see the speech that Hugh Freeze gave?
Length and girth?
Not that speech, another speech. This one was actually a well put together speech. But I don't really care about Hugh Freeze's part in it. The text message he received from one of the players on the Auburn football team, I felt like deserved 2 claps because it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air, especially in this era of college athletics and the way it's kind of skewed and the connotation it has publicly. To hear a young man send a text to his head coach that had this much weight and this much power to it, I thought was pretty impressive. And so this is Hugh Freeze giving the speech, but the text message is from one of the players, one of the upperclassmen on Auburn's football team. There it is. I thought it was a pretty good speech by Hugh, but the text message from the player, I mean, that's pretty impressive. The "so be it, sign me up." Trying to bring back Auburn football. It's a job that Hugh Freeze, a task that he's got.
Sounds like a quarterback.
Was a linebacker, quarterback of the defense. But I really
I was gonna
enjoyed.
say it's not like a used car salesman because that's what Hugh Freeze is, but he does always find his message,
Yes,
whether it be on his phone or not.
but shout out to that linebacker for.
But
that
he
text
did
message.
truly feel something when he got that text. Like he was crying, like his voice was wavering before he read
Right.
it.
Yeah. No. I mean, and he's
That's why he
keeping
wins.
it real with him.
That's why he wins.
Like he's saying, like, look, y'all aren't going to get to experience what I'm trying to accomplish here because this team is not ready for that. You know, like, and
I'm building something here.
He's being straight up, and
He's
more
not
power
wrong.
to him.
He's
And
only one.
yes,
Like he wins where he goes.
Very
There's a
much
reason
so.
he can do what he did and still get a job.
yeah, and credit to that senior linebacker that.
Thanks credit to him.
No, not to Hugh Freeze. To that senior linebacker for sending that text and setting the tone. 2 claps to him. Ready. But, like we said, LSU was on the practice field yesterday. We sent our young boy here to my right to go watch practice number 6 as it was full pads yesterday, and I'm pissed off. Sorry, I'm not supposed to hit the table, Fonz. I'm pissed off
Just so angry.
that I missed full pads yesterday. I've been to every practice, all the media availabilities prior, and then the one that I had set and misorganized my schedule, missed full pads. But
Well,
Christian got to go out there and check it out.
You missed the defensive masterclass.
Oh yeah,
Spoiler alert. Should I just start breaking it down?
give me an overview first. Come some of the hot topics from yesterday, things
okay.
that stood out, and then next, and then you can go into more of a breakdown.
We didn't see too much 11v11 yesterday. We saw a lot of one-on-ones, a little bit of 7-on-7, and we saw a lot of twos play football yesterday, a lot of second strings. The twos struggled immensely on offense. The second team defense played pretty well. We saw a great day from Bauer Sharp, who continues to impress, continues to catch the football. Nick Anderson as well, I felt like really impressed. There was a moment in practice where I believe Destin Hill and it might have been Barryon Brown got yelled at by Brian Kelly or maybe another coach for not knowing the plays, for not being on time, not having urgency. And Nick Anderson stepped up and actually did know the plays, and Nick Anderson kind of continues to be – he's not a vocal guy like some of the other players on the team and some of the other transfers that you've seen, but Nick Anderson continues to be solid. Xavion Thomas had another good day. I'll be interested to see when Aaron Anderson returns what Xavion Thomas's role turns into, because Xavion Thomas, he's been very secure-handed. He catches almost everything thrown to him.
Sure-handed.
Sure-handed, there it is. He catches everything thrown to him, and he's a lot like Aaron Anderson. He's a smaller receiver, gadget type, and he's kind of turned into a guy that you can kind of trust. And Garrett, another safety valve for Nussmeier. Impressive day from Chris Hilton again, especially in ones. He's guarded by DJ Pickett every 1v1 rep.
Okay.
So they're throwing DJ Pickett into the fire early, guarding the senior standout. We'll see if he has a good season. If he could stay healthy, Chris Hilton could be a guy for you.
Oh, of course.
A real good guy, possibly wide receiver 1 or 2. But no, Chris Hilton, I think every one-on-one rep, it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
And in the one-on-one reps, it's not hard to score a touchdown. If you catch the ball with space, you're going to score.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean,
But
it's
every
built for the
rep for him
offense.
is a touchdown.
One thing I do want to get kind of your thoughts on, because one of the things that stood out if you looked around and you saw practice reports from yesterday, whether it was on Twitter or you watched or listened to it on the radio or on YouTube, there's a couple of names, 2 names specifically that were said more than anyone else's, and that would be Bernard Gooden and Jack Pyburn, which I don't think anyone is surprised to hear those two names said so often, especially now that full pads are on, because I feel like that is Pyburn.com. Is when he gets the full pads on, he gets to be his fullest self and kind of try and be a wrecking ball. And Bernard Gooden is somebody that we've talked about consistently after every media availability. Number 88's done something to catch your eye. And after yesterday, the things that I've seen put out, there were a lot of impressive plays made by 44 and 88. Christian, what did you see specifically from those two guys?
Yeah, so those two guys impressed a lot in the final 11v11 period. So, I mean, I can start off breaking down play-by-play.
Yeah, do play-by-play.
Okay, so 1st and 10, the ones are in. Nussmeier had a 5-yard scramble on a free play. Gabe Relaford was the guy offsides. By the way, defensive line. Don McKinley starts. Gabe Relaford gets a start. And then, obviously, Bernard Gooden and Jack Pyburn get the start. Then you had a 29-yard – or Kane Durham had a 4-yard run. Then he was tackled in the backfield by Bernard Gooden, a tackle for loss. And then on 3rd and 3, so it was 2nd and 1, then it goes to 3rd and 3 after the tackle for loss. Garrett Nussmeier sacked. I think I saw on someone else's practice report that it was Don McKinley, but I'm not sure about that. Then on 1st and 10, Harlan Berry is the second running back in with the ones. And he was tackled for loss by Don McKinley. Or he was in the area, I think. So I'm assuming it was Don McKinley. It's hard to see. Then next play, Nuss throws over the middle to Trades Green, who gets hit pretty hard by Jordan Gilbert, and he frees the ball. I guess you count that as a pass breakup.
Incompletion, yep.
Little
PBU.
Then 3rd and 12, Jack Pyburn sack. I was watching practice report yesterday. They said it was a beautiful spin move to the inside, and he just spun right into Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah, and I mean
Tyree Adams.
To pause you right there, those are the plays where in the past, especially when you go back and you look at 2023, LSU would get the opposing team to maybe a 3rd and medium, 3rd and long, like almost an obvious passing down and not be able to get off the field. And these are the plays where it's 2nd and 12, you get a PBU, 3rd and 12, this is Jack Pyburn, pin your ears back, go get the quarterback. Bernard Gooden, bull rush straight through the interior of that offensive line. Like those are the downs where this LSU defense that they've created for this season, like that, those are the plays you want to see made. Now, obviously, for your offensive line, this is where it's kind of a catch-22. I mean, you don't want to see Tyree Adams get beat for a sack on 3rd and 12, and you'd rather him allow Nussmeier to step up in the pocket or have time to deliver something over the middle to somebody and get a first down. But from a defensive standpoint, which is the unit that obviously needs the growth the most under Brian Kelly's tenure here at LSU, those are the downs that you struggled with so consistently in 2023, the worst defense. And sometimes last year where you just could not get off the field. Like I felt like, Lloyd, when we were watching like the Ole Miss game in 23, they would get to these 3rd downs or they were forced a tough conversion and they could never get off the field.
They literally had a 3rd down stop rate at 50%.
Like
the defense, I don't think people just harp on, the defense was awful. And it was wasn't as bad as you think, but it wasn't how you thought it was bad.
Right.
They got into 3rd and longs. They got into 3rd down situations. They couldn't stop anybody when it came to 3rd down. Like, it would be 3rd and 15, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4. Like, they got to 3rd down.
Yeah.
They could not get off the field. And that was the biggest, harping point of bringing on Blake Baker was get us off the field.
Yes.
And you saw that happen more, but it still is a cause for concern of, because in that version of LSU, whenever you had that offense, get LSU off the field so we could put our offense on the field.
Yes.
That was the biggest success that even in 2019 people thought that defense wasn't good. That defense was really good.
Yeah, they served their purpose. You don't have to
They got off the field.
It doesn't have to be 2011. Like, that's the thing. It does not have to be 2011
that's
every
circulating
year.
on Twitter right now is pain.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't, but the defenses don't have to be that every year.
No,
That would be nice.
That's
it's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
But, what you need is a defense that gets you off the field. Like, That's why I'll say the
Give us the
2022
opportunity to get the ball back.
the 2022 defense. If
Got
you
off
would
the
have put
field.
that defense with the 23 offense, you win a national championship.
championship.
Like that defense was good enough. And so what this defense needs to be is good enough. You got to get off the field. You have to be able to stop drives. And I think with Blake Baker, you brought him in to create that mindset. And now guys like Pyburn and Gooden, those are the tools and the pieces to wreak havoc. 3rd and 12 is a havoc down. Like you want to cause havoc on a 3rd and 12 because the quarterback is going to have to do a 3-step drop.
He should be looking around the defensive line going, fuck.
Right, and it should be the quarterback
There's
gets
Harold
the snap,
Perkins.
drops back. The first read shouldn't be open. If he has to get to his 3rd read, you should be in the backfield. And that's the havoc that this defensive line should be able to create.
And I think there were points last year and even the year previous where you just didn't have the horses. Like, this is what I'll hang my hat on for. If you want to be in BK's corner, this is what it is. Like, I didn't have the players.
Right,
And
and last year,
that's on
legitimately.
you for not recruiting the way that you should have to recruit at Louisiana State University. But now you've
also-
been able to go out and get them,
Right.
and they've got everybody in place.
And to me,
I can't say anything more than that.
that 2023 recruiting class was a killer because
Yeah.
they just did not hit on those players.
Or Portal.
And it was, but like I'm saying, like those 2023 freshmen, like the guys that came in that recruiting class,
A lot of them aren't here anymore.
a lot of them aren't here anymore.
None of them.
I mean, I think DJ Chester was one, Tyree Adams was one. They're both still here. But, like, you look at Deshaun Womack or, Kylan Jackson, Shelton Sampson. Like, these guys that were top-end talent, they just didn't pan out the way LSU wanted them. So they recruited well, but then that's why you end up not having the horses last year. Like,
Let's go down the list, shall we?
let's do it.
Lance Hurd.
Not
or
here.
Not. Yes or no? Lance Hurd.
No.
Deshaun Womack.
No.
DJ Chester.
Yes.
Yes.
Javian Tiviano.
Yes.
Jalen Brown.
No.
Whitmire Weeks.
Yes.
Kamarian Pimpton.
No.
Jackson Howard.
No.
No.
Shelton Sampson.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Caleb Jackson.
Yes.
Colin Jackson.
No.
No.
Ricky Collins.
No.
No.
Ryan Yates.
No.
Tyree Adams.
Yes.
Christian Braithwaite.
No.
Kai Preem.
No.
No.
Mac
Oh, I
Markway.
liked him.
No.
Kyle Parker.
Yes.
Yes.
He makes me smile.
I know.
Ashton Stamps.
Yes.
Makes me smile. Jackson McGowan.
No.
Nope. Tight end, huh?
I mean, what are you doing?
Who?
Yeah,
Jackson
don't
McGowan.
say that. He could be
Be
somebody.
nice.
He's at Wisconsin.
There we
Okay.
go.
Good tight end
But
university.
yeah,
though.
look,
Paul Mubenga.
Yes.
Dylan
Yes.
Carpenter.
yes.
Oh, I'm skipping that one. Jeremiah Hughes.
No.
Which one did you skip?
Who'd you skip?
Trey Holly.
Oh,
Michael Doherty.
no. Never even made it to campus, I believe.
He interviewed him.
Yeah.
Connor
King.
Gilbreth.
No.
No.
Transfers. Andre Sam. Played.
Yes.
Logan Diggs. Played.
Yeah, well,
Mason Lunsford.
Nope.
that was what was he?
Offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Omar Spades. Ha!
Should have been good.
Played.
Crushing it in the NFL.
Ovia Gofu.
Played.
J.K. Johnson. Just kidding.
Yeah, left.
Zai Alexander.
Played.
Needed
Yes.
him. Every
Yes.
inch of him.
Oh gosh.
Jordan Jefferson. Yes.
Stud.
Denver Harris.
Unfortunate.
Played.
No, we didn't.
One game. Jalen Lee.
No.
No,
Paris
didn't play
Shand.
much. Stud. Huge. Stepped up.
Braden Swinson.
Dog.
Huge hit.
Dog. Well, see, like that's what I'm saying.
Aaron
is
Anderson.
home run.
Still
Still going.
still around the bases.
Yeah,
Little
right.
league home run because he's small.
You tell him that.
Yeah, I mean, coming from you, buddy.
Okay, I can't say that. Really, I'm in the media. Okay, obviously, it's not my job to be big. Okay, it's not my job
There
to be
you
big.
go.
It's your job to not be on your phone.
I have gained 3 pounds in 2 weeks, though.
Congratulations. But
Yep.
we say all that to say, missing on some of those players, the depth at edge rusher last year was not there. They obviously they didn't trust Deshaun Womack to that extent. He didn't get a bunch of run with that unit. So outside of Swinson and Jones, you kind of went flat with that group. So what you have now is the unit to be able to have fresh guys at edge rusher consistently, but also defensive tackle. Like last year, like I just said when he said Paris Shand, like needed him. Needed every single thing you got out of him because you had nothing in that room. Gio Paez.
Yes.
I mean, like, thank the heavens for Gio Paez. Where are you without him? You lose a bunch of games without him stepping up last season. Now you're in a position with your defensive tackle room, and especially your defensive end room, where these should be top end groups in the country. Like defensive tackle with Dom McKinley, freak, Ahmad Bro, another year under his belt, actually knowing the position. He's not just getting shoehorned into it like he did last year. Credit to him for doing it last season. And then Bernard Gooden should be a monster, a freak in the middle. Sadir Mitchell, Jacoby and Guillory. Like, those two groups, that's what Blake Baker needed, man. And I just said it when you said 3rd and 12, Jack Pyburn sack. That's all I could think of is not like the memories of not getting off the field, of Ole Miss converting a 3rd and 12, Arkansas converting 3rd and 12s, Missouri converting these 3rd and longs where you just couldn't get off the field. And so when you read Jack Pyburn sack on 3rd and 12, it just felt good because you've needed it. But on the flip side of it, it is a catch-22 because you're practicing against yourself right now. And your starting left tackle got whooped on a 3rd and long, on an obvious passing situation where you know the defensive end is putting his ears back and trying to go get your quarterback. So obviously there's some concern. We said on, what day was it? Yesterday, that on Monday and on Saturday, the offensive line I thought performed better. But from everything I've seen, and Christian, correct me if I'm wrong since you were there, they got whooped yesterday.
Yeah, they got pummeled.
They got dominated yesterday. Like, Bernard Gooden and Jack Pyburn are the two that have been said, but the offensive line got whooped yesterday.
Yes. So, Jack Pyburn, 5-yard tackle for a loss.
Located at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left. Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, where the Po'
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
Good. All right, welcome back. As we think we've got the problem solved, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us and sticking through those issues because it is tough.
Big 10K day.
Big 10K
Yeah.
day. Lloyd, this is you see my laptop? We're like square in the middle of the screen.
Oh, yeah, just shrink everything.
Okay. Just making sure. But appreciate you guys sticking with us. I know it's not the most visually appealing.
It
currently,
never is.
But that's okay. Usually when Christian's on the screen, it doesn't look very good anyways.
Usually I'm not here.
But we solved the problems trying to get the stream back up to you guys. Christian, I don't think they heard much of what you said.
Yeah.
So if you
I was
want to get
rolling
back
too.
to it,
Sucks.
roll on through.
Okay, so offense ones have had 2 drives so far, all defense. All right, so we get 1st and 10, final drive of the day. Started off with a Jack Pyburn 5-6 tackle for loss on Caden Durham, a rush to the left. Next play, Nuss checks it down to Caden Durham. And then this is kind of where the offense turns it around. The defense had been dominating all day. 30 or 40-yard touchdown. And Jordan Gilbert is the last man to beat, and Jordan Gilbert misses the tackle in the open field. That was the day for the offense. The twos went back in, and look, the twos have been bad. I'm not even going to talk about them because it's early. It's two young quarterbacks. This is Michael Van Buren's first fall with LSU, first year in the program, and then Colin Hurley was dealing with his injury from last year. So twos are ugly. But players to highlight yesterday, Bernard Good and Jack Pyburn, obviously. Trey Green had a good day in the ones. Xavier Thomas continues to be a solid guy they can rely on. Nick Anderson, who we saw with the twos, had good run. I'm excited to see him with the ones if they move him into the ones. I think they should. I think they need to. He knows the plays. He's sure-handed, and he's a solid route runner. And then Bauer Sharp. Bauer Sharp seems to be kind of a safety valve for Garrett Nussmeier. We saw that a lot with Mason Taylor last year, where if Nuss needed a big-time catch or a big-time reception, he would look to Mason Taylor. You're kind of looking for Bauer Sharp to kind of be that guy. Now, I don't think Bauer Sharp is going to do it at Mason Taylor's level, but Bauer Sharp can definitely be somebody for you. And Chris Hilton, didn't see much of him in the ones yesterday get receptions, and I think that's mainly because the offense ran the ball most of the plays. But look, Chris Hilton's a big-time threat down in deep passes. And, I think Chris Hilton's also polished where he's going to be able to run multiple routes other than go routes. So, big day for the defense. And
So that second first-team drive.
the second one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It started with a Pyburn TFL.
The second,
first-team drive. So
Don
first
McKinley,
team-
I think,
Okay.
was in on it.
And then-
Pyburn might have been in on it. I have Don McKinley down as in the area.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to see. That was on the opposite side of the field of where I was.
And then that big 3rd and 14. So like we said, in the first drive, there's a 3rd and 12. Pyburn gets the sack.
first drive, 3rd and 3. Second drive, 3rd and 12.
Yep, the 3rd and 12. And then this one on the 3rd and 14. The big 3rd down. Obviously, it was a sack prior. This time, it was a completion to Kyle Parker over the middle of the field.
Yeah, it was a Jack Pyburn getting to Caden Durham in the backfield.
Yep.
And all of these tackles for loss, by the way, are loud. They're hard-hitting tackles. These are not like I'm in your face already. These are like guys reaching out and bringing down Caden Durham or Garrett Nussmeier, whoever it is with the ball. But no, on 3rd and 14, Nuss hits Kyle Parker on the deep in route, and that was after Nuss had checked it down to Caden Durham. So Jack Pyburn makes a loud tackle for loss for about 4 or 5 yards. Then he checks it down to Caden Durham. And then 3rd and 14, Nuss kind of steps up in the pocket, hits Kyle Parker on a deep in route across the middle of the field. So, and then that's what led to the Caden Durham rush to the right side. I saw someone say that it was a counter play. I'm not sure about that. And he rushes for 30 to 40 yards.
Yeah, for touchdown.
And
Yeah.
makes Jordan Gilbert miss in the open field. That is not something I would necessarily concern myself with. I have not really liked what I've seen from Jordan Gilbert in fall camp. But again, I mean, Caden Durham is an elite running back.
Right.
It's hard to tackle him in the open field. So
Yeah, I guess the one part I really like just to point out is the kind of the dynamic between those two first-team drives where it's a 3rd and 12. Pyburn is able to hit the spin move on Tyree, get to Nuss, get a sack, and then this time it's a 3rd and long, obvious passing down, and Nussmeier is able to get the completion to Kyle Parker to keep that drive alive, which obviously turns into a touchdown.
yeah.
And so to me, that's showing the competition. And obviously, I like seeing the offense be able to punch back. And it's a different feel than past camps because it's been so offensively dominant in 23, especially 24 even as well. Now it's kind of flipped, which I feel like I'm more comfortable with. The only concern is that the offensive line is getting whooped the way that they are, especially yesterday. They've been able to be competitive. They have not won a day. They've kept it competitive some days, but yesterday was a bad day for them because the defensive front was able to eat. And that's reassuring that you have a front that can do that, but especially when you're looking at week one, and we've talked about it all week, I think this LSU defensive line is going to be very, very good and is going to surprise a lot of people. But if you're looking at it on paper, and if you ask the talking heads and the people that cover the entirety of college football, the Clemson defensive line is better on paper and has higher expectations than LSU's.
I would say, talking about yesterday, Look, they don't play till August 30th. Offensive line has not necessarily won a day yet. They've kept it close in some days. Yesterday they get beat pretty badly. But I like the ability for the offense to keep hitting on big plays. Yesterday you saw 2 big plays. And look, yesterday was run-oriented. I don't know if the defensive line necessarily knew that, but they ran the ball nearly every play, or at least tried to throw check downs. Like, everything was short yesterday. So I'm not necessarily the most concerned about this. I think this defensive line is very good.
Yeah.
But I also think this offensive line is they're not necessarily all young, but they are new.
Well, and the one thing I like is that they got the pads on as soon as possible to let this defensive line try to rough up the offense a little bit. Like, let them punch this O-line in the mouth so they can have a little bit of a wake-up call 25 days before they take the field and they line up across from Peter Woods and TJ Parker. Like, let them get hit in the mouth now so they know, hey, we've got 25 days and we've got to get it straightened out. You can't have 3rd and longs against Clemson where your offensive line's just getting whooped. Like, it's you've got to get it figured out, and I'm glad they've had some competitive days, not in full pads. They get into full pads. I like the energy that obviously the defensive line came out with, where it was, I'm going to eat your lunch. I'm going to take your lunch money. Like, we're running through your face. We're going to get the running back in the backfield. We're going to get the quarterback in the backfield. Like, we're going to make this happen. The offensive line's got to clap back. And I know that the way we're talking about this group, Brad Davis is, like, he's probably, some of the words being said, I probably will never repeat.
And another thing is, I remember last year against Florida State and the year before, or I guess 2 years against Florida State and then the year before, a lot of people were concerned about the offensive line's fight and grit against Florida State. Look, I'm not saying that I see that, but I see that. I feel like this offensive line they're not very vocal at the defensive line. The defensive line will make a big play. Bernard Gooden gets a tackle for loss yesterday and starts hitting the quan. And then, again, they get clinicked again after that. So, yeah, I'm a little concerned about the offensive line's mental toughness because every big play they have, it seems like, it's on to the next play, which is a good thing. But I don't know. I think there needs to be a little more fight, more grit. I would almost like to see a fight. I know that's probably a waste of practice time, but I don't know. The defensive line is kicking their ass.
Look, I want to see this offensive line retaliate on the field, like not retaliate in a fight, but like you can't keep getting punked. And so like I'm glad that it happened now. You've got 25 days. You got 3 weeks until game 1. Respond. And I loved the mindset that Cohen Eccles had when we sat and talked to him, and Tyree Adams and Bo Bordelon when you heard from them in press conferences, where they're a tight-knit group and they've got really good leadership in that room, especially Bo Bordelon, like I mentioned. You've got to hit back. You cannot get punked like this early and not allow it to do something, because it cannot be at this level on August 30th. It can't.
No.
And I think this offensive line has the potential to be good enough to get the job done. Like when we talked with Cohen Eccles, they understand their job is to just handle what's in front of us. Because if we do that, everything else falls in line. Because from a skill player standpoint, you are stacked, loaded, embarrassed with riches. From a quarterback and a running back perspective, I mean, they were both on the Offensive Player of the Year award watch list. Like, do your job, good things will happen. You cannot have 3rd and 12. Get whooped. Tackle for loss on 1st down. Talk about starting yourself behind the 8 ball. 1st and 10, our running backs getting tackled in the backfield, loss of 5 yards. Can't happen. Because now it's 2nd and 15. Guess what Nuss is going to have to do is throw the football 2 more downs. And so, go ahead, Lloyd.
Well, I'm just going to say, at what point is that the offensive line maybe not as bad as people think? Because people are going to harp on this. Like, what you're putting into the ether is real. And people are going to start saying, start questioning the offensive line. But is it maybe more of look at everything you added on the defensive line.
Right. No, it's a catch-22. Like,
because you're going against yourself. At some point, somebody had, like we said
Right.
yesterday, somebody has to win. But when you go full pads, full go, and it looks like it did, but also like Caden Durham not go for 60.
what?
Like, a 60-yard touchdown run,
Yeah, 45.
and but that's 3 days in a row. He's broken off a
Right.
huge run.
Right.
This goes both ways for sure. They play August 30th. My concern is the fight and the grit, but like you said, off the offense, and I mentioned this earlier, they're able to rip off big plays, whether it's passing or
And I think
running.
this defense is set up to probably have more propensity to give up big plays and also make big plays themselves.
Right. I agree.
Like it's going to be a lot of boomer. Like I
Yes.
don't think people want to hear boomer bust. They want consistency, and I think it'll be more consistent than what you're seeing today. Like
past,
they're
right.
trying things every day. People, we did this last year where you talk about like you look at the result more than the actual intention of what we're trying to do when it comes to practice, and there's things that they're working on, whether it be third and short, third and medium. This is what we want to do in this particular set of circumstances. Those things are real, and it's not always, hey, it's good on good. I want to see what you can do in this particular like set of circumstances. It's we're working on something. This is what it looks like.
Right.
If we get this look, this is what we're going to do. And you're trying to set up for either it to be very conflicted against the offense or very conducive for the defense. Like that's real. That's what practice is for.
Right.
And so to have like a cold takeaway, and Christian, this is not shade at you, it's everybody. Like this is what I saw, but we don't know everything. We're not put in the position to be able to know
Right.
everything, and so I'm only going to report on what I've seen. But there's also like setting for certain downs, like 3rd and 3. This is pressure, like we're trying to make it hard for the offensive line, or 3rd and 8, defense go get them.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then,
the first
like,
one, 3rd
but we
and
have
12.
a screen. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like, so I don't think it's as big of a, oh, fuck, we have to worry about the offensive line this much. They're putting them under strain under certain, like, circumstances, but
Right.
also you brought in a ton of players on the defensive line that
Yes.
are going to be a problem when you brought in players on the offensive line. They're trying to figure it out. It's much easier to figure it out on the defensive front, go get the quarterback.
Right.
If that's what you're trying to do, versus you're trying to block an 8-man front that might be bringing pressure from wherever.
No, I
That's
agree.
what I like. That's more of like
No,
the,
yeah, I agree.
the positive point.
It's a
of
catch-22.
this. For sure.
There's both ends of it. And my favorite thing is that for the offensive line, the day that was had yesterday happened yesterday
Yes.
on August 5th. Like instead of, I'd not feel good if it was August 28th. The last practice before they leave, and there's a day where it looks like that. I'm glad that now the offensive line is getting put in under strain, and in that situation is going to have the opportunity to grow and respond.
And, I mean, that's all we're saying is if you look at the past 3 practices collectively, I know they've had more. Yeah, the offensive line is lost, but like we said earlier, first game's August 30th. And, Lloyd, you make a fair point. They brought a lot of guys in that can play high-level football, but at the same time, there are some issues with the offensive line.
For
Now,
sure.
I don't think
That's the question mark.
I don't think we should sound the alarms, hit the panic button, but at the same time, I also think that this, like we said, they don't play till August 30th, so.
Yeah, no, this defensive line should beat the offensive line right now.
Yes.
Consistently throughout these practices, especially these early ones. Because you know what you have on the defensive line. I think offensive line is genuinely the only group that they still have a handful of question marks with. Quarterback, you know what you have. Running back, you know what you have. Wide receiver, you know what you have. Tight end, you know what you have. Defensive tackle, you know what you have. Defensive end, you know what you have. Linebacker, you definitely know what you have. Safety, I think, and even corner now, they've got a very strong rotation. They know what they have. Their offensive line, they know who they have, but you got to know who those 5 are. They don't know that yet. Braylon Moore stapled in. I think Tyree Adams, Weston Davis also. But they're still moving things around because they're still trying to figure that out. That, to me, is the only position group they don't truly know yet. And so if they're able to kind of get that taken care of and figured out, and what I'm excited is that's why the defensive line should win these days. Like, if you would have told me before practice who's going to win between the O-line and the D-line for LSU, I would say defensive line because
Every
they
day,
should.
I would say that every day.
They should. Like, that's how it should happen. Because you went out and you brought in top-tier talent at the defensive line position to win these days.
And they have talent on the offensive line. Like, Spectrum Wilcare, Kern getting reps at guard. Like, Kern has so much potential.
Yes.
That they're trying to, like, maybe. Like, they're still trying to figure out their 5.
Right.
You know what? You got 3 for sure.
Definitely.
But you're trying to figure out your interior offensive line. And, look, Coach Davis can recruit it. And I understand that the sentiment around him is, can he implement it and coach it? He's been doing this a long time, and he's been good at his job for a long time. You bring in another offensive line, offensive-minded guy to be able to help you implement a run game, which is what your biggest concern was going into this year was, look, you lose 2 first-round picks. Obviously, Emory Jones didn't go in the first round, but I think he should have, and that'll be proven in the next 5 years. But you're trying to find ways to kind of mask some of your deficiencies. That's every team in the country. You're trying to find, like, not everybody's built perfectly, but you're trying, that's when it comes down to coaching. Yeah. Of how can we, you know what you have at quarterback, probably the best quarterback in the country. You know what you have at running back, and it's going to be a scene. You know what you have skill-wise on the outside, and that's why this is a concern because of who you're playing week 1.
Right. Yeah, no, and I think...
So you have to be able to mask some of those deficiencies if that's what you have, or find the talent which you've recruited and be able to put those guys in the right spots to be able to execute.
Because that's like, when you look, I think Brad Davis gets a lot of flack for last season with how talented and experienced that O-line was, and they weren't perfect. Like, you couldn't really get a push to run the ball, and I think that was a scheme issue more than anything. Like, when you look at it in totality, the reason you couldn't run the ball was because you were
Jaden
still
Daniels is not your
running Jaden
quarterback.
Daniels' scheme with not Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And so I think if they're able to get the scheme
and you've seen that change.
It has. If they're able to do that, that is how you mask the deficiencies. Because Brad Davis has been an offensive line coach for a very long time. Like Lloyd said, he's recruited it at such a high level. These guys on this line, Tyree Adams, 4-star. Weston Davis, 4 or 5-star. Kern, 5-star.
Ain't no
Solomon
3 stars
Thomas,
on that
5-star. Like, and then you go out and you get Braylon Moore, Josh Thompson, who are all conference guys in Power 4 conference. Like, you've got the talent. You've got to put the right scheme to be able to mask maybe some of those deficiencies and find the 5. And so if they can find the 5, I think that's why, like, there shouldn't be overly concerned with the fact that the D-line is winning because they should. That should be the expectation. So, obviously, defense won the day yesterday. That defensive front is nasty. I think they are going to be very, very good this season. Bernard Gooden, Jack Pyburn, Patrick Payton, Jacobian Guillory, Dominic McKinley, Ahmad Bro, Gabe Relaford, Jamari Butler, Harold Perkins. Like, that front for LSU should be stellar. Wolfgang, but he still hasn't coached up a line. How? How's he, like...
Do you have
Has
questions?
he not
Do you have
been-
questions about the offensive line 2 years ago?
Like, has he not been the O-line coach at LSU for the entirety of Brian Kelly's tenure?
And before.
Oh, and a year prior. But, like, yes, was it as good as it should have been last year? No. It wasn't. But like I said, it was a scheme problem. You're running zone read with a quarterback that doesn't want to run. What do you expect the defensive line to do? They know what's happening.
And you have guys that are coming in on the defensive line perspective, like when you see Glimmer Fredette, like I agree. Like even the local news is talking about how good, and we'll have JD at 8:15. But like Gooden's coming in there to prove a point that I'm undeniable.
Right.
Like this is my
You
money
gotta play
here.
me.
I'm like, yeah, I came from a smaller school to come here, and like I'm going 100% every time. I don't care if y'all are working on shit.
Right.
I'm here to blow it up. Same thing with Pyburn. Like,
Yeah.
they're all trying to. It's good on good, iron sharpens iron. But yeah, at some point it becomes when the pads start.
Yes.
And y'all are working on something, and we're going to eat because, like, lest we forget about Kevin Peoples and what they're doing on that defensive line. Like, these are all good things, and you have a new defensive line coach that's like, I want y'all to go. I need to prove myself too.
I mean, the hungriest ever.
Like,
as a player and now as a coach.
And I know what y'all are working on. Like, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Like, I'm exploiting weaknesses. And just because, like, a defensive line can get to the quarterback or be able to blow up a offensive line that has rotational pieces as aside from a defense that's inserting pieces to go get the quarterback or go blow up a run scheme.
Right.
It's more conducive for them to win than to not.
Yes. And I just think the discussion around Brad Davis, is there pressure on him? Yes. This is your, like,
you had
the home runs you hit in 2022 with Emory Jones and Will Campbell, they're no longer
here. That's
here.
recruiting.
Right. But, I mean, they were committed before he got here. But
kept him
there. Like, it's recruiting. And they obviously were, I mean, Will Campbell, generational talent. Like, but I just, this argument that Brad Davis is not a good offensive line coach, I don't understand. Because, like, I get last year was not good. They did not.
Pass Pro was good.
They did not perform up to their abilities. They sat, like, Will Campbell sat in the press conference before the season and said, we're going to run the football. And then they couldn't.
And then they talked about running the football again this year.
And so, like, but to me, they should have won the Joe Moore Award in 2023. Like, offensive line isn't always just about those 5 guys. There are a lot of pieces that go into it. Especially when you're upset about the running the football. There's a lot more things that go into running the football than the 5 that are lined up on the line. You got the tight ends have to be a part of it. The quarterback has to be a part of it. The scheme and the offensive game plan has to be a part of it. And the scheme's not on Brad Davis. You're running zone read runs with a quarterback that's not going to run it. You know why they looked so, like, they were a good offensive line and they looked really good in 23 because the quarterback made them look bad. But you were able to run the ball well with Logan Diggs.
And I think that people can look at that one of two different ways. You can say, well, you haven't had a quote-unquote 1,000-yard rusher. You haven't had a stalwart running back.
Didn't need it. That has nothing to do with the line. That's because your quarterback was a 1,000-yard rusher.
That was going to be my point.
Like, so, I mean, like,
it's a different offense.
I get that Brad Davis has some pressure on him because these are, like, this is a full line of his guys. He went out and identified the talent, and that's the group where a lot of these things, a lot of this pressure falls on. Like, you feel like you've got the box checked at every other spot besides that one. So it's going to be a lot of pressure there. But I just, the conversation that Brad Davis can't coach up the line, I just disagree. Because he's done an excellent job. Last year could have been better, yeah. But I feel like that was a bigger issue than Brad Davis in his room. Because 4 of those guys got drafted. And you had a redshirt freshman at center. So, don't forget, every single day we are brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising. You see the logo right here. Christian's going to hold the sign up like a good boy.
State.
Going to give it a
there
special
it is right
glow.
There. CAS Roofing and Advising. They do free estimates, free inspections. 225-910-0619 is the phone number for our guy, Pierce Patterson. They want to come out. They want to check your roof, make sure you're safe. Hurricane season coming up. They also, like I've said, they're running the special where if you call for a free inspection and you check a couple of boxes, those boxes are your roof is 10 years old or older, and you are within a 50-mile radius of their office there on Magnolia Bridge. You call them out for free inspection, you get put in a drawing for LSU football season tickets. Our guy Chad Hodges called, let him know he called through Tingle & Co. Pierce Patterson came, checked out his roof. There was not enough damage to file a claim, so CAS and Pierce, they're not going to file the claim because they don't want to get you in a tough spot with your insurance company. So even though the claim wasn't filed, he got put on the call list for when hurricane season gets here, just in case there's ever any issues. And he got put in the drawing for some tickets for LSU football. So make sure if you appreciate the show and you appreciate what CAS Roofing and Advising does for us, you call them, let them check out your roof, and tell them you heard about it here on Tingle & Co. As we are about to get on the phone with our guy, Jacques Duceay from WAFB 9 to continue the discussion on fall camp. The legend himself, Jacques Duceay, over at WFB Sports. He is the sports director, and he joins us every Wednesday. And I told him the other day when I let him borrow my pen that this is the highlight of my week that I enjoy when he comes on. So, JD, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Well, I appreciate it, Noah. Thanks for those compliments. And as I told you when I saw you, you have a very pretty girlfriend, so I can't be the highlight of your week. At least I hope I'm not.
Spicy.
Well, how's the pen working? Is you held on to it and it's working well?
You know, I'd much rather do voice to text, which a dinosaur like me, after all these years, has finally discovered how resourceful voice to text is, to just stand there and say things into my phone, because I do kind of speak for a living. But I'd much rather do that. But you can't have your cell phones out. I understand that. So my chicken scratch, I think I always got used in handwriting and in conduct in school. But I appreciate it. The pen is very sturdy. It's adequate. It is working and getting me through camp. So thanks for the donation.
Mightier than the sword, JD.
What's that?
Mightier than the sword.
Yeah. Well, you know what? One time I tried a pun on an LSU player. The Greg pen is mightier than the sword.
No. Make it out the writer's room?
You know what? I don't think I ever hit send on that. I think I kept it.
Voice to text
kept it locked. So, anyway, yeah. But, and real quick, I wanted to say this while I was on today. This is sincere. I really appreciate Brian Kelly letting us watch as much practice as he does, because, I mean, I got here in 2001, and from Nick Saban through Les Miles through Ed Ogeron, really, you go out there, you see a toss dive to Leonard Fournette against air. You see some guys hitting some sleds, and then they throw you out in 5-10 minutes, and people ask you, how's the team look? And you're like, I don't know, because you already see anything. So in this regard, at least we get to see like 7-on-7, 11-on-11. You see guys making plays offensively, defensively, and it really does give you a much better taste of what's going on. And I'm sure there's some guy out there that's like, you guys shouldn't be allowed to see nothing, you media folk. Get out, that kind of. I'm sure there's a few guys out there, but I really don't think that there's anything that we've seen or can share that's going to help anybody over at Clemson or the opposition or war secrets or any of those things. Charles Hannegriff famously said that college football coaches are more paranoid than drug dealers, and I believe that, because they're very hypersensitive about information. But Coach Kelly's let us watch a lot of stuff, and I appreciate that.
Well, and I feel like if they're building their scouting report around our fall camp takeaways, then maybe have some other things they need to focus on.
Probably so. And, we're not allowed to shoot a whole lot of video. Yesterday we shot, I think, 10 minutes of stuff. And, typically it's like 3 periods of cameras allowed to shoot stuff. So we're not really capturing a whole lot of stuff. And, LSU themselves tweets out video of highlights from practices to get the fans excited. So, yeah, I think that on one hand, I do know that these days coaches and assistant coaches, sometimes the first thing they do, I've seen it, they go to YouTube and they watch press conferences and they try to find bulletin board material to pump up their players or coaches or whatever, fan base, red meat for them. But at the same time, I think that, Clemson's not going to really get a whole lot of information from us that's meaningful.
Definitely. Well, I want to get you started just on the fall camp front. What are some of your overarching takeaways as we've gone through kind of a week and a half of watching them work? Obviously, got to see some 11-on-11 and 7-on-7 stuff, like you said. What are some of the things that you've taken away from seeing the Tigers on the field thus far?
Well, I would agree with Coach Kelly in the fact that they've got 8 quality, high-performing SEC wide receivers. You look, and the second you start talking about 2 or 3, then there's 2 or 3 that, we need to talk about them. Out of sight, out of mind. Aaron Anderson's not even practicing, and he was the leading receiver in both catches and yards a year ago. And then, yesterday, you just look around like a guy like Barry and Brown. He catches a short ball in the flat and just kind of separates with his speed from the defense. At one point, I'm standing there looking at Nick Anderson and Trey Green lined up standing side by side, and it's a freak show, of athleticism there. I realize Tradez is a tight end technically, but he's an extension of the wide receivers. Kyle Parker, he caught that bomb against UCLA in Tiger Stadium last year. He looks 100% healthy the way he catches and separates. Chris Hilton is your returner, who every time he's played, he's been a problem for the defense. The problem is he hasn't played a whole lot. Hopefully he stays healthy. Back to Anderson again, he's your big target. He's 6'4". They run him across the middle to the sideline. And then Destin, it's Hill, right? Destin
Yes.
Hill. The catches he's made. And I mean, that guy's chiseled. He's like a walking muscle. I mean, it's incredible the way that guy looks as a wide receiver. So the wide receivers look all great, and I think Nussmeier looks great throwing the ball. Nothing has changed with him in terms of there's no throw he can't make. There's no defensive coordinator that says give him this because he can't make the throw. The ball still comes out electric. I think he's taking care of his body. His physique looks probably as best as it's been as far as nutrition and training and all that. But football teams are not built from the outside in. They're built from the inside out. And so you're hearing mixed reviews about this offensive line and how they're doing. Caden Durham broke a 45-yard touchdown run at the end of practice yesterday. But outside of that, what did they do the rest of the time? It kind of reminds me of the Alabama game last year. If you remember in that game, he broke a 48-yard run very early in the game. LSU got on the goal line there in the south end zone, didn't score a touchdown, and I think they finished with 104 yards rushing, and Durham had that 48-yard run. So they need more consistency out of their rushing attack. I think, the offensive line, I'm not breaking any news here, but it's amazing to see how big these guys are. I mean, Brad Davis is the positions coach. This guy played offensive line at Oklahoma and won a national championship 25 years ago, but he is a dwarf next to these guys. I mean, they're 6'7", 6'5", they're huge, but obviously they need to block better and do a better job up front, because that's the biggest matchup in this first game going to Clemson. You're not be able to hear yourself think. It's going to be a loud atmosphere. And Clemson's obviously got a lot of defensive talent that's going to be coming after Garrett Nussmeier. So, your Weston Davises and your Tyree Adams and those guys, how well do they step in and take this thing over? I think that's the biggest question mark, because obviously the offensive line has not gotten fantastic reviews. And then another thing, I understand that Garrett Nussmeier needs to run more, but I am not like one of those guys that walked away from last year saying, well, the reason why LSU didn't reach their goals is because Garrett Nussmeier didn't run more. I just think that has been some people just beating that drum. Yes, if you're a defense, you need LSU, he needs to pull the ball sometimes to keep the defense honest. But I don't know if you guys have watched the backup quarterbacks. They have not completed a ton of passes out there.
Right.
And so we don't need to get Garrett Nussmeier hurt running the football. So can he run more? Yes. Does he need to run a ton more? And Garrett Nussmeier needs to run so we can win. No, I don't think that's the recipe to do what you want to do. If you want to talk, I'm rambling here, but then, we can talk about the defense and the way Harold Perkins has looked and some of those things as well. I mean, I think Harold Perkins is this big, we've been talking about Harold Perkins a lot for 3 years. And sometimes, I wonder, obviously he came in like a house of fire as a freshman. He was a huge reason they beat Ole Miss at home. Huge reason why they beat Alabama at home. Huge reason, probably the biggest reason they beat Arkansas on the road the week after they beat Alabama when the LSU offense didn't show up, stuck in the deep freeze. He had 4 sacks. They took one away after the game to give him 3 sacks. That was, I don't know what happened there, but without him, they don't win that game. And then it seemed like opposing defenses or opposing offenses learned how to scheme for him a little bit better, take him out of plays. He's not that big. And then 2023, is he being played out of position? And I mean, his numbers were still kind of the same as 2022, but he just didn't feel like he was as impactful. Last year he plays 4 games, he doesn't have a quarterback sack, and then he gets injured. So sometimes when I hear best in the country and this and that, I'm kind of wondering, are we just repeating what everyone says, or if there's validity to that? But when we go out and watch him, I think it was Monday, he had the interception on the 7-on-7 with Nussmeier. He's rushing up to the line to make all these tackles on the quick passes to Bauer, Sharp, and those guys. So he was everywhere the other day. So he looks great. And so hopefully that continues as well.
You mentioned you don't have to have Nussmeier be able to run it the way that, like that's not the reason LSU won or lost the game. And I agree with you in that regard. And also you said you wanted to keep him healthy, which I also agree with. But I didn't have that same sentiment maybe going into 2019 with Joe Burrow, and he always was able to find a way to run, and it didn't seem like maybe it's just Ed Orgeron and his kind of cavalier attitude to not protect the quarterback, or I'm just wondering if you have that same mentality with Nussmeier. Like, if this is where we want to get to where we want to go if you're LSU, at some point, Nussmeier, you do have to run it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, to your point, we can't play with fear, right? Every time you have fear doing anything.
Well, I didn't like when Swan came out, that's for sure.
Well, Lloyd, you remember 2019, I think it was Auburn. Remember when Burrow carried and he got
walloped?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be decapitated. I mean, they hit him so hard, and I was like, oh, God, there goes the season, And
the
Burrow,
game got weird after that.
Yeah, well, Burrow, to his credit, I mean, he was like Gumby or something. He just always would get up and trot back to the huddle. I'm like, oh, my God. I mean, if Burrow goes out, and no offense to Miles Brennan, who played some good football at LSU, the season's not the same. And and you talk about Burrow running, and I don't want to be speaking out both sides of my mouth, but I was talking to a fan about this or somebody the other day about when LSU beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa in 2019, what were the big plays down the stretch? It was Burrow faking and keeping and running, for a lot of key yardage. I think he only ran for 65 yards in the game, but those were 65 huge yards, including down the stretch. I think it was his Heisman moment where he gets up and he points first down when they were milking the clock there. So, yes, I think that I mean, Brian Kelly said that Garrett runs 21 miles an hour and runs a 4.45 or something like that. I'm not sure about all that, but certainly.
Are they not athletically not that different? Like Garrett Nussmeier has the ability to put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was looking back. I think he ran for a touchdown. I mean, it was the South Alabama game. I think they did some things in the spring. It wasn't a spring game, spring scrimmage, where they had some plays for him where he ran the ball up the middle and so forth. So, I think it's easy for us in the press box when he's rolling out to see all the green grass and yell, run, run, run. But I think those are the things that he needs to do. And also it goes back to Brian Kelly's comments that he made at the first press conference. I think it was a band called The Fix in the 80s. They had a song, Saved by Zero. And Brian Kelly said his worst play needs to be zero, meaning, don't do the Texas A&M thing when you roll to your left, throw back to your right, across the middle, throw a pick, and it changes the complexity of the game. With a guy like Nussmeier, it's give and take. He's going to make some amazing throws. He's going to make some passes that are going to be picked because of the way he plays. But, instead of throwing that pick, run for 5 yards or run for 2, get out of bounds, stay away from the big turnover.
Yeah, and like you talked about with the offensive line, and we were talking about it earlier, it's obviously a bit of a catch-22. Dang it!
Yes!
A bit of a catch-22, as you've got the O-line versus the D-line. It's kind of you versus you, and the O-line has struggled. But obviously the defensive line has stood out with a guy like Bernard Gooden. What have you seen specifically from that group and number 88 himself?
No dump button, John.
Hey, that's okay. Y'all play by different rules over there. That's fine.
No FCC guidelines.
Oh, FUCK?
I got fussed at years ago for saying snot on the air. So you guys just pull the trigger whenever you want to say. Yeah, Bernard is he's listed at 6'1", 268. So he really is an undersized guy playing right there on the nose or right there down on the defensive line, and he's been a problem. 88 has been getting to the backfield and making plays. Now, is that a reflection of his talent? He played at South Florida last year. I think he had 10 tackles for loss, and maybe a sack and a half. So he made some plays over there, and at that level of football, or is it a reflection of LSU's offensive line not doing a good job? I'm not sure, but certainly he's been a big part of what they're doing. Patrick Payton was in the backfield a lot. The first couple of days we went number 6, rushing the passer. You got the Weeks brothers there at linebacker, along with Perkins. It appears that Monsieur Delane is one corner. Ashton Stamps, kind of hard to believe he's already a junior, but he is. And so the defensive line, I mean, it's great to see Jacoby and Guillory out there. What a tough injury he had in the second game of last year. We waited his turn to be kind of a team leader, a captain, so to speak, and he gets hurt. And so he's been out there and playing and looks good. So Dominic McKinley back for his sophomore year. Still a very young kid. I remember talking to Kyle Williams at the spring game and him telling me that, he's still 19 years old at the time. So, and then Ahmad Bro and some others. But, I think that for every positive play an offensive or defensive player makes, you're excited about it. And then you wonder, okay, is somebody blowing it on the other side? So that's what you kind of wonder about when you watch scrimmage action.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I think one of the things that stood out from the practice earlier in the week, I think it was Mondays, where it felt like the competitive energy and the intensity has been raised at this camp. Not that it hasn't been competitive, intense in the past, obviously, but it really felt like that practice specifically. We got out there, we watched 7-on-7 and then 11-on-11, and they were chirping, they were getting chippy, and it just felt like that competitive energy and that fire was really there. What's the energy been like from your standpoint watching them at practice?
Well, no, I think they always say it all comes down from the top, right? And I think that Brian Kelly has been as salty and as animated as he's been in any camp so far. And like you just said, not that he was sleepwalking before, but heading down the stretch of last season, when they had their 3-game losing streak and the grumbling, and Vanderbilt throws the touchdown on their first drive and people are booing, and even had some students wearing bags over their heads, which was ridiculous. They were whatever they were, a few losses, not a Curly Hallman team, but the atmosphere around here was getting pretty
tenuous.
Salt. Yes, it was. You could feel the tension in the air. And they kind of stabilized themselves with the 3-game winning streak to close out, but still a disappointing year. And so, Brian Kelly goes to the podium and says, we're taking receipts. We'll see you at the national championship. And so I think he's even a guy that's got a 10-year contract that's basically 100% guaranteed, and no matter what's going to be pretty well off after coaching at LSU. I think that his professionalism and his ability, his desire to want to achieve as a head coach is really coming through. I think he's heard it in the offseason from fans and boosters and donors. Scott Woodward, no different than usual, has been at a lot of practices and standing around. They bump their, Kelly makes the $1 million pledge, and then 1,600 LSU fans bump it to $3.3 million to support the roster. Austin Thomas back. And so I think that Kelly has been animated. You see him kind of barking at assistants. You see him barking at the team. We had a young man on the offensive line, two-hand spike his helmet yesterday after Garrett Nussmeier was sacked. Jack Marucci immediately tried to resuscitate the helmet. I'm not sure if he was successful on that or not.
It's the first time he's failed.
Yeah, exactly. It was so funny. The kid throws the helmet down, and Marucci just scrambles immediately, is working on the helmet, and there's Kelly, and the guy, Kelly's talking to him. You can't do that. Don't throw your helmet. But you see the intensity, and, yeah, to your point, the offensive and defensive lines really getting after each other. Good competition. Iron sharpens iron, as Jacoby and Guillory told us Saturday. So hopefully it all plays into a winning product. But it's just this storyline of this team could be really, really good and still start 0-1. And that's what you're just kind of worried about. And there are people that gripe and say, why are we playing Clemson first game? But you got to keep in mind this game was set up 8 years ago. And at the time, you started hearing fans gripe about, we don't like all these neutral site games being played in Arlington. and Houston, Green Bay. We want games in Tiger Stadium, and so to do that, you have to go to Clemson for them to come here. And so the timing of it now, after you haven't won a season opener since 2019, is a lot of people saying we shouldn't be playing this game, and Verge Alsbury isn't doing his job. And so it's that's tough for Verge when he's trying to, schedule the best he can. But these things are not baseball schedules; they're not done 6 months in advance.
Yeah, and then you do the Texas game, and then you don't get the home and home return because there was a pandemic or whatever that was, as we are still unfurling information. But I digress.
Well, and Lloyd, not to interrupt, but you go back 20 years ago. Can you believe Katrina is 20 years ago this August? But 20 years ago, LSU goes to Arizona State. They never returned that game. They never came back. So LSU's been had bad luck with a couple of these. But go ahead.
No. Well, I think that was also another. You talk about national crises. That would be one again. That was a hurricane where you have to go there, and then they never return. That was supposed to be a home game.
Right.
And then
a home game,
and then they
2,000 miles away.
Yeah, and then they never. You don't get another one on the back end at any point, or a bye week. They just were like, oh, tough titties for LSU, like one of the best teams they've ever had. And it's like, you don't get to play, just good luck, go play 15 games in a row.
Yeah, that was, you talk about 2005. Yeah, they were supposed to play North Texas and then Arizona State, both at home. North Texas got bumped to late in the year, and then LSU had to go 2,000 miles into the desert to play Arizona State after the Hurricanes.
Could LSU just have not made North Texas happen, like pay them whatever to have not come here and have a bye week? But I digress. Like I said, all things that would lead to maybe another national championship. But I do want to comment on and compliment, because I love the content you put out. You got some great video of LSU at the food bank. And I don't know if it's me looking too much into it, but I do think this is starting to pick up a little bit of steam. Maybe it's the LSU baseball team, where people are starting to realize like the camaraderie and the chemistry of what happens off the field has a major impact. And I think you kind of highlighted some of that with what you saw at the food bank, because it made you want to be able to go do that and be a part of the team. And I think even somebody from the food bank hopped in the dance line. Like, do you think that actually does play a part in what people consider for LSU and like what they can accomplish? Because I do. I read a lot into that.
Yeah, well, let me just say this. This time of year, whether we're interviewing a high school team or a college team, they are going to tell you this is the closest team I've ever been on. This team really likes one another. This team does things outside of football. We go eat hamburgers, or we go bowling, or we go to Topgolf, or whatever. And they all say that this time of year. They're all working hard. They're all lifting weights. They're all running. And they're all
the best
committed.
shape of their life.
The best shape of their lives. It's like the musician who puts out the album. This is the best album I've ever done. This is the best work I've ever done. So you hear that from everybody, and that's not a complaint or an insult. That's just reality. But you do sense, like at the food bank function the other day, that they were happy to be there, that they were finding ways to make the charity time fun. I mean, I think they got to work and they got that stuff done. I mean, they packed those 47,000 pounds of food in less than an hour, and they were in and out and got the work done. So, when they started going in that little dance line around the food bank, and then, the food bank people, they started, there's a white guy who's about 65. He breaks into a dance, and they all cheer him on, and it's good. It's wholesome content.
Yes.
Yeah.
65.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. I'll be 50 in a year and a half. That just blows my mind. But yeah, time gets away from us all. So anyway, yeah, there was some. It was a good event. They've done it every year that Brian Kelly's been here, and so that was it's their Sunday off. They weren't practicing, and they made good use of that time. So yeah, I mean, and that's what you would always circle back to the 2019 team. This was before the transfer portal really kicked in. People always say Joe Burrow transferred to LSU. That is correct, but he was a graduate transfer. He was not transfer portal. I hate it when people get that wrong, but that's the case. But that team is before all the NIL and so forth, and you just wonder if a team like that's ever going to be put together again. Maybe it is, but that much talent, and they truly just wanted to play football. Steve Insminger would say that over and over again. Boys just want to play football. Just want to play. This is all I want to do. So that was the thing, and it was the only thing. Joe Burrow could have gotten himself into a lot of trouble. He was concentrated on winning football games, and so, yeah, I think it's important. Obviously, when you lose the first game, what happens after you lose the first game, especially in an era where we've got shows like this one, we've got Facebook, we've got all these Twitter, we've got all these social media accounts where people don't go there to be positive most of the time. And how do you, keep away from that stuff and keep your mind on what you're doing? So, but yes, it does seem like there's a good vibe out there. I felt it on the first day, and I tweeted something about it. And I don't know how many games they're going to win, but it's hard to describe. But the first day of practice, I could just kind of sense something in the air that these guys might be pretty good. But offensive line needs to block.
That's true. And granted, also they do. But I do I'm going to double down on this because like you said, that you didn't feel that in 2024. And you can hear them talk about it where it's like we weren't together. Same thing with LSU baseball. It's like had to kind of figure it out as how to maybe become a team, and then they do, and then you can see it manifests itself on the field. So I don't discredit yourself for what you put out there, and stick to your take, Jacques. That's a real thing that I think we're both seeing. And whenever you see it happen, it does manifest itself on the field.
Yeah, well, I think most people who watch and consume what I put out. I'm not hot take. I'm not trying to get a bunch of clicks. I'm not trying to just.
That's what my Twitter bag.
What's that?
I just want your Twitter bag.
Exactly. Yeah. I waited 4 months for it, to get it back. So I don't plan on losing it again. Hopefully, but yeah, I mean, it just something that I sensed that day, and so we'll see how it all plays out. But I think that when you are investing as much as you're investing in this program, and there's 12 teams making the playoff, LSU should be one of the teams that makes it in. Just like LSU, with all the athletes that they have, should be able to find a guy to catch a punt in the air and run it back. We were talking about this yesterday, Wilson Alexander. We were fair catching punts, and it's like all these athletes, we can't find one to do the two-step catch and run. So yeah, I think it's time for them to take that next step. The schedule, I mean, although they do not play Georgia and Texas, you look at the preseason rankings, Billy Napier has pulled himself back from the cliff at Florida. They're in the top 20. They're number 17. South Carolina, number 13. I mean, there are a lot of ranked teams on this LSU schedule. Nothing new there, but a lot for them to navigate moving forward. It does remind me, I think I told y'all the other day, 2018, LSU started the year against Miami, who was in the top 10. They played that game in Arlington. Then LSU came home and played Southeastern, and then had to go to Auburn, who was in the top 10. And you're looking at that saying, man, we could be 1-2 if we're not careful, and the season go off the rails. They won all three, and really, if they're not screwed in the final game at Texas A&M in 7 overtimes, they're 10-2 in the regular season. And in today's environment, that would put you in the playoff. And so if they can do something like that again, I think fans would be happy.
Definitely. Well, JD, we appreciate you.
Feels forever away.
Yeah, I know it does.
Do you remember when Joe Burrow called an audible and everybody freaked out?
Let's see. He called an audible. Well, I do know
the
that
run play.
Nick Brossette's 50-yard run against Miami.
Yes.
Yeah. I do remember that because Nick talked about it because, I think that's a great story. And, in today's climate with Nick Brosette have hit the transfer portal. He stuck around. He ran for 1,000 yards in his final year. He scored like 14 touchdowns. It was, and that 2018 team, although everyone talks about 2019, that 2018 team was a lot of fun, and they were a very, very good team. They beat 4 top 10 teams. They beat Georgia, came in undefeated, number 2 in the country, and LSU spanked them in Tiger Stadium. That was a lot of fun. And but yes, I do remember that because Nick said Joe changed the play, and it was wide open, 50 yards right up the middle.
Well, it's the first time it happened in 7 years, so that's why I think people were excited because I saw it. I was at that game, and I was like, oh, wait, he's changing the play. He has the freedom to do that. You haven't seen an LSU quarterback kind of take it by the haunches and see something and do something. So I think that's why it's like it kind of felt like a changing of the guard. And now you take from 2018 to 2025, and you've only had good quarterback play since then.
Well, to your point, Brandon Harris obviously had his ups and downs at LSU, but I remember doing an interview with him recently, and he told me that they'd get in the huddle, and Leonard Fournette would say, "Brandon, please change the play. They know we're running the ball. Please change it." And he's like, "I can't. I gotta run what they call." And we saw what happened there. So we don't need to go down that rabbit hole, but it is amazing to look back and just look back during the Les Miles era, despite all the games he won and everything, the attitude towards offensive football and the refusal to change, even though in the biggest games, most of the time, you can't score points. That's a frustrating reflection for sure.
Well, I'll only bring it up because the 2011 team, like you saw, I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, but like they put out one of the best teams of all time, 2011 LSU football, and every person on that 2011 team is like, play this at my funeral because, God, we should be remembered more. And they beat 5 top 10 teams. And like T-Bob talked about it. Well, Blackwell talked about it. It's just crazy that they'll never get really remembered the way that they should because of, I guess, a little bit of consternation on offense.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things went into that. There was the tragedy with the plane crash with Oklahoma State and them losing a football game on a Thursday night or Friday night that prevented
It was a
them
Friday
from
night
going.
at Fred's.
Yeah, they prevented them from going to the national championship, and LSU goes and beats Alabama in their own stadium and has to play them again. And but to your point, that team, I mean, you remember the Auburn game? I think they suspended Tyrann Mathieu, suspended like 3 or 4 pretty prominent guys, and it's like, we're going to put this guy Ron Brooks in, and he's going to have a pick six, and he's going to play like 7-8 years in the NFL. I mean, that's just how deep they were and how talented they were.
Who's
Garrett,
this number 80 running down on kick?
yeah, our boy Jarvis Landry.
Oh.
I mean, he was. I don't know if he and Michael Clayton had a lot in common. They were wide receivers with like linebacker mentalities. I mean, they wanted to hit somebody. I mean, Clayton played safety in the Cotton Bowl against Texas at the end of 2002 and made some big hits. And Jarvis was the same way. He'd hustle down on those punts and just destroy people. So that was before he was making the one-handed catches and everything. But yeah, and then was it Kadron Boone? He was great on special teams. Another wide receiver who hustled down making. No, I'm sorry.
James Wright.
James Wright. That's who it was. Yeah.
Got drafted.
Yep.
With 1 catch at LSU.
Well, Jamar Chase, I think, or Jamar Chase's dad said, why, like, I think Jamar said, "Dad, why am I going to LSU, or why should I go to LSU? They don't really throw the ball all that well." And he said, "Well, they've got the best defensive backs in the country. You'll go up against them at practice every day, and that'll make you better." So,
or you can play defensive back at LSU.
Maybe, yeah. I'm sure he could have.
Well, JD, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for joining us every Wednesday, and we'll talk again soon.
Real quick before I go, I just want to let everyone know, please come out to Catery Reunion 3 to benefit Red Rock and Blue this Saturday, August 9th at the Texas Club. We've either, between what we've sold and what sponsors have gotten, I think about 500 tickets are gone, and that's a big place, about a 1,400 capacity. We're expecting a big crowd, so if you want to be there, get your tickets now. Come out and join us. All of the proceeds will go to benefit Louisiana military charities like Blue Star Moms of Louisiana, support our war heroes, Gulf Coast veterans. We do a lot to try to get back to our charities. And we had a great softball tournament. Big announcement. We're moving the tournament next year into the spring. We're getting out of the summer and the sweltering heat. Okay. And next year's Red Rock and Blue softball tournament will be April the 17th through the 19th at Oak Villa. So we appreciate Breck working with us on that to make that happen.
There you go. Well, make sure everybody go get your tickets. And April 17th through 19th, put it in your calendars. We appreciate you, JD. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, Noah. Thanks.
Thank you. There he is.
Bulging disc.
What?
Texas Club, Noah's crowd.
Hey, I mean, if you walk in the Texas Club through the front door, you look to the left. There's a whole lot of Central on the left. I tell you what.
Really?
It literally is like I'm walking in like
to a high school.
High school
like
reunion.
high school. On
I've
the
never
left
been.
side. I mean,
Maybe
I'm
this
not
will be my
surprised.
first time.
Maybe it should be. I would love to take you to the Texas Club one day, actually, Christian.
Do I need boots?
Yeah.
I'm not a cowboy, so
The first time I went, I didn't wear boots. I think I was the only person in that place not in boots, and so I was like, can't do that again.
Oh, really?
I walked in just some sneakers, and I was like, it's just
Sneakers.
it just don't look good.
Yeah.
And that's where you got your cussings from?
Huh?
I don't know
You
if
got
I'll be
your custom-
going.
Hey, you watch your mouth back there. Don't talk about me like
Do
that.
they have a mechanical bull?
At Texas Club? No.
Oh, wow, that's a
I'm sure
huge-
they've had
That's a
one.
huge
I'm
miss.
sure they probably do. They do like MMA fights in the Texas Club.
Hey,
now.
yeah, that's just called country, brother.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great time.
That's for free.
You just pay your cover. You come in. You can watch. But
I do like.
mean,
see,
if-
that's why I don't go. I don't go to these places anymore because I will stir some shit up and get
of
away.
of course.
I'll stick a finger in your beer.
I'll go in the ring.
Can't even go to
That's
Omaha
what-
without starting something.
I didn't do anything in Omaha.
Thought you started that fight. You remember that?
It wasn't me. That was.
I thought you were the one who stirred it up.
Of course, he probably
I
was.
think you claimed you did.
Wouldn't put it
You're
past
forgetting
him.
now.
Statute of limitations.
But shout out to JD. Great
Yeah,
interview
I did.
there.
I did. I
it's the
stole somebody's wallet and threw it on
greatest-
the ground. I
greatest
mean,
of
I
all
like to
time.
do some fun stuff.
I like to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
That's such a big deal.
It was getting a little boring.
Yeah.
You know what else we should do?
Athletic.
We should connect.
Yeah.
Say bulging disc
Bulging disc.
disc.
because that's the big one for a Freudian slip.
Of course.
What did he say earlier during the interview? Something about tits.
Tough titties. Sorry, Mom.
I don't apologize for tough titty. But you say my mom has tough titties?
That one made me laugh. That was funny.
Oh, it just came out of nowhere. He was like, well, you know, we were talking about football, this, that, and the other. And I mean, I was like, what's he doing?
It was used correctly.
No, I'm not. You didn't use it wrong. I just, you were in a serious mode and you did that.
That was actually me getting upset.
That's funny. But we're going to connect athletically. Hunter Hall said
That was
it was
me
a
not
good
trying
one.
to say so like
From tip
the
to
F
tail.
word.
Brian Burgess, I haven't been in the Texas Club in years and years. Well,
Do they grease up their boots? Do you like the bottoms?
Why?
I mean, maybe
So you
some
can
people do
slide.
it to line dance.
Yeah.
They line dance at the end. Like, if it's a concert, you go to the concert ends, and then it's line dancing time from then on. Probably about midnight to 2, line dancing time.
Apple bottom jeans. I'm sure they played that. That one
No,
travels.
no.
They would like it.
Probably.
Boots with the fur. Like you can still line. Like there was a club.
Haters is the one. Like
What's
that.
Probably
You
bunny
ever heard
hop in there
haters?
too.
Do it. Give me a little.
Right, hands up. I can say,
Oh yeah.
I
I mean that
got
is like
heat.
I
the
mean, it's
anthem.
the one.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was called.
Bunny
Yeah.
hop.
Yeah, that was
2
bunny
hops
hop.
this time.
That's not the bunny hop. That's the Cupid shuffle.
Do they play that?
Probably they do. They'll do Footloose.
No, that is not
obviously.
the Cupid shuffle. That's the. I don't even know what that is. That's not the Cupid shuffle.
There's the Cupid shuffle, and then there's the what's the other one?
I don't know what that one is. That one's
One hop this time. Right foot, let's
Left
stomp.
stomp.
Left foot, let's stomp.
no
Cha cha real smooth. Cha cha Christian.
Hands on your knees.
Hands on your knees. Hunter Hall, where in the world is this mythical place? You gotta make your way to Baton Rouge, my friend.
Yeah, well, actually, you're not fucking invited right now. Like, we go to 2011, and you get real.
Yes, gets all excited
Bulge.
over there. Bulging disc.
You got that's such a gift for you.
It is. No, it is. And
You
it makes
shouldn't have been there.
Whatever.
You can't
I
call
don't
it
want
or
no, I
claim
don't
it,
want
and you're welcome for.
Let's stop talking about it. I'm gonna
Ugh.
get angry. We should be in a good mood.
You're
Let's
right.
connect athletic.
That's
Let's
Lloyd's
fix it.
no call
Let's
right
fi-
there.
The cha-cha slide.
No,
Yes,
that
Cupid
was
shuffle
TJ
and cha-cha
Yeldon.
slide. There it is. That's what it is. The cha-cha slide.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
We're not kids. I mean, it's just the Cupid shuffle and the cha-cha slide.
What's a
We're-
Nick
shuffle?
Saban does it.
I learned it whenever I was like. We learned it in PE.
How does
We had
a
to
Cupid
do the-
shuffle?
You gotta learn how to foxtrot.
We had to do the cha-cha slide in PE class.
Oh man.
Oh, you went to regular honors PE?
They played it on Donut Day Fridays for us. So a bunch of like little kids. would
Donut
be-
Day
Day
Fridays.
Friday?
I had a Donut Day Wednesday today. I got here really early, so I swung by
How
the
do you
Mary
think they make
Ladies.
the donut holes?
in elementary school, they would have us in like the cafeteria, and on Friday mornings
Cafeteria?
they'd bring donuts, and they'd play that song.
And you'd eat your donuts
you-
and
like
cha-cha
a bunch
slide.
of little kids would cha-cha slide and eat donuts while drinking milk. Dude,
It sounds awful.
Sounds like a great
That
time.
sounds
it
terrible.
was. I don't like. It's just so stupid when you think on it now.
Yeah, but you say it out
yeah.
loud to a bunch of people.
You
Drink your chocolate milk, eat donuts, and do the cha-cha slide.
That sounds like a great Friday to me.
Dude,
That's what we're gonna. That's gonna be our new Fridays
It
now.
hit. It
Our new
hit.
Friday morning, Friday morning, 8:45. Christian's gonna be in here. He's gonna have donuts, chocolate milk, and cha-cha slide for the last
I'll
5
do it.
minutes. He didn't have a choice.
Well,
He
now
got in trouble.
We
at
can't get
practice yesterday.
copyrighted though, so.
We get copyrighted every show. I get.
I know. I appreciate you going back and doing that because
Well, yeah.
like I
'cause
said,
mean, I'd like the money to come through.
burnout's real,
Yep.
and I have it
Yep.
when it comes to just all of the ancillary things about the show. So I appreciate.
Well, it's
you.
very. It's the easiest thing.
It's
in
not.
The
It's
world.
not hard at all. That's
No.
and that's what also. If something's easy for me, I don't really. Do
Nice.
It.
You need a little bit of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And then when it's challenging, I also don't like to do it.
That sounds about right.
But
Let's
when
see
it's
how
but when it's
challenging-
fun,
Then you'll do it.
oh yeah. Or if I
Let's-
can make it fun.
Let's see how challenging or not.
It was to get the
challenging.
stream back up. That was challenging and fun.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
You have fun back there when things go bad.
You can tell. Very,
Yeah, Lloyd's
Like I don't visually like.
loud.
I know
effort.
it's not the most appealing. Like I try my best to not do that because I know it makes y'all nervous.
No, I'm fine. I've
yeah,
adjusted
you
well.
do a good job of ignoring it, but I know when it can derail the show. But also,
'cause-
there's sometimes no show going on.
Sometimes I'll be like, I'll just look up and you're just like a madman.
I'm so upset.
We're getting those issues solved. I promise.
I assure you.
We've had deep, dark conversations about this over the last 2 weeks because the football season we cannot have
No,
the stream drop.
Whoa!
What?
You don't have your headphones in.
Was there a sound?
Didn't know we were logged in to the hub.
You sicko. Gooner.
He is.
All right. Second base.
Soccer.
Football.
Outfield, shortstop, pitcher.
That can't be one.
Second base, shortstop. Nope. No.
See,
no,
see,
The
see.
C. It's not the C. It's outfield on the left. I think the C is
Center.
trying to trick you with center. Dang it.
Wow. Punter.
That's
Hey.
It is pitcher and catcher. So what's
OnlyFans.
Try not to laugh.
let's see.
OnlyFans, Hillary, greatest.
Taylor Swift.
I would not watch. Phil, definitely.
Tight ends.
He would.
Okay.
This is confusing. Let's shuffle.
So wait, New Heights.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
New Heights isn't that the podcast with Travis Kelce?
Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Tight end.
Tight end.
Swift.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then it's going to be greatest of all time.
Hillary.
Swank. Duff.
And then UCF, Hillary, Phil, Golden.
I don't get
What
that
is
one.
Nah,
this?
yeah, these are always the fun ones. We should do these first.
The
Knights.
Golden Knights.
Hillary
Phil
Knight.
Knight. Hillary Knight.
What's
Who's
that?
that? Oh, let's see.
It's time to find out. Shut up, Hunter Hall. Eric Reed didn't intercept that. He did intercept that football,
Yeah,
you
dude,
freaking
yeah,
loser.
yeah.
Tell your tight end to maybe catch it.
Yeah, and Patrick Peterson didn't get his feet down. Come
Yeah,
on.
you freaking loser.
Chad Jones as the best reaction. He was every person in
dude.
the stadium. It's the best thing ever.
It's what every single one
It's
of
so
us
LSU.
would have done
Uh-huh.
if we were right there. It's
I
unbelievable.
I wish they would have obviously reversed it, but his reaction is
Yeah, it
just
makes
like,
it. Yeah.
I can't believe.
Are you serious?
It's Jonathan talking to Jacques.
Yeah, like I remember.
Screenshot that, chat. Screenshot that in the camera. Lloyd's face. Dude,
I
that
remember
was-
vividly my senior year of high school. I was standing on the sideline for the last playoff game, and there was a bad first down call for the opposing team, where it was visibly like this far from the first down marker, and I was standing right there looking at it, and I saw the official look, go up and do this, and I looked at him and I said, I was like, "Are we looking at the same thing?" I was like, "Are you kidding? Like,
God,
are
now
you
you're making me
serious?"
think about football too much.
Dude,
it's
it's
so
crazy.
frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
We're just gonna move it along.
Yeah, like, are you kidding? Look at it. We're right here.
You're wrong.
We're both looking. Are you kidding me?
We played against. God, who
It
was
was
it?
East St. John was who Central played in that game. God, it was rough.
I should remember. Maybe it was Red River. I should remember this.
You
No,
should.
it was. Oh man. Gina, maybe. What's their mascot? Is it a yellow jacket?
Gage Evans. I have a picture of it a clear half foot away.
It's like that
Dude.
shit happens so much
It's
more than you would think.
unbelievable.
And it happens in high level football. It happens in college
Yes.
football and the NFL.
Well, and then Gage's senior year playing Scotlandville, the wide receiver literally was not even close to getting his foot down. Like, was completely out of the corner of the end zone. And the official went, and everybody was like, in shot. The place was
And
silent.
there's
You could have heard a
nothing you
pin
can
drop.
do.
For 5 seconds, you could have heard a pin drop, and then it was an earthquake. Of like, are you kidding me?
No, this is why like dads drink.
Yeah, I mean, like it's unbelievable, dude. Like the Pat Pete, the interception is like the epitome of it. Like, are you serious?
What?
Are we watching the same
Yeah,
game?
explain it to me. I'm like, what?
Break it down for me.
I'm not even mad yet. Like, just tell me what you saw versus what
Oh, I
happened.
forgot Gage was in coverage. I forgot Gage was guarding that receiver that was out of bounds. Dude, king of it. He did it
I'll
nonstop.
bet.
Nonstop. Well, I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you saw it, but the ACC, there was an article put out, I don't know how real it is, but that the ACC
love that.
and ESPN are going to air replay booth audio where, like, you are going to hear the discussion of, like,
They do that
a
in soccer.
Yeah, like, you're going to hear them talk about it, which I think would be awesome. Like, to genuinely get to hear the behind the
haven't we
scenes.
been doing
Yeah,
that?
like, why is this just starting? Because, like, would that? I mean, that's a freaking
You know how many farts you're gonna get?
dude.
First down.
Scooter.
Stop. Let's do the Daily Dozen. Change the topic.
Razor scooter.
God.
Razor's Edge. You used to get my haircut there in Alexandria. Shout out Larry.
No, they do that in soccer though with VAR. It's interesting.
Hunter Hall, that's like 5 yards in one drive just given to bad spots. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy that we have not gotten better at that aspect of the game in the years of its history.
in the fucking sport where you fight for that inch.
Yeah,
where
you're just handing them out.
And it's like, oh, move it up.
You're gonna let the center. Imagine you spot the ball in the right spot. Actually, then the center's able to pick it up
And move it
and
forward.
place it a yard forward,
And then just lean forward with
even more to get like. Oh, you just gave him 2 free yards.
Well, it's not only that; it's the officiating that bothers. Like, I know it's not a perfect system, and I don't want it to take any longer than it already does. The
Right.
fact that we had one game of football, and the first plays reviewed, it's like, what are we? And now they have VAR or tennis,
They
whatever.
finally added that.
That's bad. I mean, it's good, but
Well, it's just going to
We're-
change
we're-
that. Well, it's kind of like if you think about the strike zone in baseball. Like, do you want the
do you want it to be
robotic strike
perfect
zone
or not?
It needs to be. The problem is, it needs to be a computer doing it, not men looking at like the visual image of it. Because that's what soccer goes wrong. Is that it's men like determining where the line is. They need a computer completely automated to do that.
And all of this is very fixable. They're just terrified to lose their job.
Right. Because like the tennis in and out graphic,
Oh.
like I love. Like when they show you the screen and you see the ball bounce, and then it shows the shadow on the line. Like,
And the whole crowd gets into it.
Yeah.
Instead, it's Chad Jones having a, like, I
Right.
don't think I understand football anymore. I'm going to go play baseball.
John Quav, can't believe I missed the live show. This little 2-week-old is kicking our tail at night. Our first child slept so well. This is foreign to us.
Oh,
John,
dude.
The good thing is the show stays on here all day, so you can just.
I
check it out
wish
later,
I
but-
could have talked to you 9 months, well, I guess 11 months ago. 9 months ago, 10 months ago, whenever it happened. That happened to that's why I exist. My brother, older, was such a good baby. She's like, this is easy. And then I came out.
Hasn't been easy since.
And she's like, this is
34
a fucking
years
drastic
of
mistake.
just.
I'm getting a hysterectomy.
34 years of why did I do this?
32.
Whatever.
It'll be 50. It's however long I make it. It won't be much longer.
You're
I'm
gonna
I'm
live a
gonna
long
eat.
and prosperous life.
I don't want to.
Why?
I wake up too tired.
It's okay. I'm here
No,
to support you
I'm
for
here
however
to
long.
live for a good time,
and
not a long time.
Until the wheels fall off, Lloyd.
That's right, brother.
Me and Christian are here to support you.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
We are here.
And we're.
What are you doing?
Nobody can see him, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
He's
guess
just
it's true.
entertaining
Yeah, no.
himself.
Wish they. Oh, I should send the video into the Discord. View from earlier.
Let's not.
Oh,
Garrett
that was
Nussmeier enthusiast is gonna post that on Twitter, and I'm done. I'm
I'm
cooked.
done.
I'm done.
I'll be the biggest done.
Minnesota.
NFL, college football, and
Celebrity mashup.
Oh, it's Millie Bobby Brown.
Keanu
It definitely
Reeves.
is. That's nice. Who's the other one?
It's the guy. God, what's his name?
Jack Black,
No.
Keanu Reeves.
No. God, why
How
can't
do
I
y'all
think
know
of his
this,
name?
dude?
Huh?
How do y'all know this?
Because we're not children. God, what is he in?
Is that Jay Cutler?
Shut up.
What are you saying,
You're trying to focus.
Jay Cutler?
That's two different people put together.
Is that Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
Well,
That's a good guess, but I don't think it is. Maybe.
whose hair is this?
I can see his face. I can't think of his name.
What is he in?
I can't think of anything. I'm trying to think.
He went to a Shapiro Foundation drug prevention thing with the Dodgers.
The Dodgers. God, what is his name?
He's fat.
It's not fat.
Well, I'm looking at his face. That's a fat face. Imagine it, no
Oh my
beard.
gosh, Alex Fudge. What a guess.
It's not
Hey,
Seth
Harvey
Rogen.
Weinstein? Is that what he said?
No.
No.
Let's come back to it.
Whose hair is this? This is such an odd look to have a gray big beard and hair like that. So,
No mustache either.
Because the mustache is Millie Bobby Brown's lips.
mm,
That's why
Yeah.
there's no
I
mustache.
guess so.
This was the Washington
Commander.
name one
Oh,
football
yeah.
Football
team.
team.
Redskins.
There you go.
Somebody was bound to say it.
Yeah, but it could be me. Oh.
It can't be him, can it? I feel like that timeline matches.
Oh my gosh.
It's him, isn't
You
it?
say it.
Derek Carr.
Ugh!
Unless. Is there another one?
No.
David.
I
And he was earlier
I
than
guess
that.
just Hayner.
No, it's not Hayner.
Jeez, what a
Good for
terrible-
him. You're a trivia question, you fucking clown. Mark Jackson.
He played for the Knicks and the Pacers, I
Pacers.
believe.
I was gonna say the Cavs.
Well, you'd be wrong.
I would have been wrong.
In the city of Bloomington, the Mall of America is located in which U.S. state? Where is Bloomington?
It's in Minnesota.
Where is it, Christian?
Minnesota.
Ah!
They're saying. Let's see.
Flavor blasted. These
are
are little goldfish.
Goldfish.
Oh my gosh. Dude, everything has to go there, huh? Really?
What? Flavor blasted is what they're called.
Osborne's.
Wait. Yeah. R.I.P.
Rip, dude. What a fucking legend. I
Ebenezer
can't like that's
Scrooge.
somebody like that's what makes me nervous.
Because
if he
lived
can live that long,
Right.
like what more can you do to yourself?
No,
I'm snorting ants. I'm biting bats' heads off.
Yeah.
And I'm a lot like
I'm gonna live.
fuck
until-
off. That's all you get to do. Come here, fucking cat. What's your name? Jim, Jeff, George. Fuck off. Fuck you. If you take my fucking chicken, I swear to fucking God, Sharon!
Tom Hanks.
Fucking hell. Kill me. Or I'll go perform.
Oh my gosh.
Here, fucking cat. Jim, Jeff, George.
Brian Burch
Fuck you. What's your
said
fucking
it was
name?
Jim Carrey.
Maybe, yeah. I like that.
Oh my gosh.
Sharon!
No, not him, not him. That's not Jim Carrey. It's not even close.
Fuck off.
I can't believe you just did like 5 minutes of Ozzy Osbourne. Oh, this. Oh gosh, what was their
The
name?
Pussycat Dolls.
No,
It is.
it's
No, that may be before
that
that.
was way
Oh my
earlier than
gosh.
2012. No, this was Fifth Harmony.
You have to get it, dude, for
I
another
know we have to do
perfect.
it. Gosh, dog it. Who is this man? The chat is saying Bradley
His
Cooper.
face isn't that fat, or he never has looked like that.
Just
Dave
go with
Navarro, don't hate it.
Who is he? What's he from?
He's in a band.
What band? He's in a band. The biggest band.
Cheetah Girls.
Cheetah
I thought that
Girls.
too. Elliot Page, great. Alex, oh Gage, you fucker. Whatever your fucking name is, Gage, Alex.
We're gonna have to land on one. Leonard
Leonard.
Hofstadter.
I don't know who that is. I've never seen a single second of the Big Bang Theory.
He's in Entourage. Remember when?
See, look how much you
I know he went on a couple dates with what's her
Sloane?
face with Sloane and
Tell Sloan I said what's up.
no, that's Seth Green.
Pervert.
Tell Sloane I said what's up.
It-
No, you want me on the show? Get Sloane to call me,
That would.
dude.
It's a great bit.
The fact that he held on as long as he did without killing that guy.
He should have just done it earlier.
But Leonard Hofstadter was Johnny Galecki, who was E, and the other guy were his agent. Then E caught him on a date
with Sloan.
with Sloane and had Sloane's ex-stepmom with him.
That is Jim Carrey.
No, it is
Maybe. That's what I'm saying. He's the only one that
No.
looks like that, where his hair is.
But has
I've
his
never
hair
seen
ever
it
been
that long.
curly?
I've never seen it that long.
And I don't-
And
he
it's
doesn't-
somebody that's a bit fat. Russell Crowe is not terrible. God, we have to get this right, and that
We do.
sucks. No, Jack Black's hair is way he wilds
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Well, and he's bigger than that, like larger. No
Yeah.
offense.
It could be Russell Crowe. Yeah, can we roll? It's your game. This is your thing.
We'll get Millie Bobby Brown in first because we know that for sure. That's
How do you spell her name?
Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things.
She gets a bloody nose.
11
11. Okay.
How do you spell Millie?
How do you see that?
IE.
Wow, you see that?
LLIE.
That's it.
I can't see that.
Pervert.
I guess the eyes maybe.
No, it's definitely her.
I figured you would definitely know Millie Bobby Brown, you freaking sicko.
I know. I've watched Stranger Things. I just don't know the actors' names.
Nice.
It's weird to watch people grow up, isn't it?
It is odd. Because, I mean, like, when that show started, she was like 11. Like, oh. This guy. All right, who should we... Should we do Russell Crowe?
I mean, it's in the. Should we? How do you spell her name again?
I.E. There you go.
I think it's Russell.
I
Crowe.
trust
do.
the chat. I trust the chat. Let's roll with it. We have a chance at a perfect again.
After yesterday's performance.
Last year. Last year.
How do you spell his name? Russell, the love muscle. Let's
Come
go.
on, please. Come on. Come on.
Oh, we got
you
ad.
kidding
Oh,
me?
another ad, Sharon. What? Get out of here! No!
All right, double dip. We got to think about it some more.
Russell Brand?
No. He's way skinnier.
Damn. Millie Bobby Brown was right, which is, trusted that one. The fuck are you?
Why can I not think of his name?
Because
I see somebody, I just can't think of his name.
Shut up, Gage. Get out of here. You're not doing anything.
Somebody cheat.
Help. No.
Johnny Galecki, maybe. I just...
I don't know who that. I don't remember that.
I don't feel like...
Jim Carrey was never this fat.
No, it's not Jim Carrey. Is it Leonard? Okay, dude, try Johnny Galecki. If it's Leonard Hofstadter, then...
How do you spell his?
L-
I don't know who this is.
GALEKI, I think. Yeah.
I have to do Millie Bobby
Yeah,
Brown
put
again.
Millie in again. Amelie.
Let me do it. Oh my God! Minnesota! Go back.
We've got another option, Andrew Lincoln from Walking Dead. I never watched that, so I don't know.
Won't let me do it now. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
I'd like to use my double dip, please.
I'd like to double dip, please.
No.
Please, sir, may I have some more? Please, sir, may I have some more?
Somebody tweeted the other day.
I need to warn Mr. Potter.
Harry went to school for 6 years and learned 3 spells.
Hogwarts Pascal Siakam, I think, was the comparison.
Yeah, I
I said-
saw that too. It was funny.
I said,
oh, here we go.
LeBron.
What are we doing, Johnny Galecki?
No. Do Millie Bobby Brown first.
Lack of a bag.
It's not Depp. John Qual feels really confident Andrew Lincoln. And I just don't know if it's Galecki, but I don't want to...
You have to make a choice. This is your call now.
What's his name? Galecki?
What's the other one?
Don't look him up.
I'm not helping.
Andrew Lincoln. Which one? I think it was first put in here. I read it as Abraham Lincoln.
Oh shit! It happened again. This is an unbelievable amount of like
struggling.
undo. It's because of the way that I changed the screen.
Yeah. Just do Lincoln. Because I just really don't think it's Leonard.
What's that guy's name? Lincoln?
When did they start getting ads on this?
I don't know. They needed to make money off of it somehow, huh?
I think it's probably because of us.
Probably. We use it too much.
What is the what name?
Andrew Lincoln.
Another ad, of course. Like, I can't play the game if you're gonna be here, fucking Charles Schwab.
Field. Charles Schwab Field.
Oh my God!
Dude.
Like I have to.
Free ads everywhere.
God, we keep opening these people's websites. We're making them so much money with clicking on that.
Well, I can't do it. Like, there's nothing I can do about this. It's in the way.
That's all right. Just say I give up.
No.
Give up and we'll see what the answer
No,
is.
I've come too far. There it is. Get out of here. All right, now we can play.
All right. If one's gonna pop up, I just know it.
No.
I just know it.
It's not a person.
Okay, so do Galecki. Gale. CKI, I think. No. Okay, scroll. If you scroll down, does it tell you? Because somebody said if you scroll down, it gives you the answers.
Oh.
Click the celebrity mashup. It was.
Joe. Who is that?
What's his spell? The last name?
Mangan.
Gosh dog it! That's who I thought
Manganiello.
it was too. I couldn't think of anything he was in. But that's the face I was thinking of. Who's he? He's in a relationship with somebody.
He's in Magic Mike.
It's Sofia Vergara. That's who he was married to.
He's in Deal or No Deal Island.
I just knew him. He was
True
Sofia
Blood,
Vergara's
Magic
husband.
Mike, Spider-Man, How I Met Your Mother, One Tree Hill, Sabotage. This guy fucking stinks
I
at
knew
acting.
I knew that's who it was. I
He
didn't know
got
his name.
Sofia Vergara?
Yes. Sofia Vergara.
Whatever.
Sofia Vergara.
Oh, I get it.
Pregnant?
What?
He looks phenomenal
Yeah,
with his shirt off.
he's a good-looking guy.
Okay, I mean, you don't have to act, brother. You just keep your mouth shut. Take care of it from here.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow morning, maybe with some really exciting news for you guys. Tomorrow morning, 7 to 9. We've got a meeting at 10:30 today. So,
I mean, is that real?
is that Josh Williams?
Craig Penn.
Depends.
Is that
might-
Lloyd's?
Yeah, that's
Has to be. If I don't look like that, yeah, Lloyd's.
I mean, that waist is snatched.
With that V line.
Dude.
Oh my God.
All right.
We'll be back
Thanks for
tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Close it out.
Thanks for
Christian.
joining us. It's going off the rails now. Time to close it out. 9:20.
Out.
Hey,
9:20. 64 watching right now. Thank y'all.
That's awesome.
I won't be back tomorrow, but these two will.
Thank God.
It'll be replaced. Kinfolk will be back.
Yeah, watch Little Big League tonight, please, because we will talk about it ad nauseum. My suitcase.